Hey guys, this is Cody back once again for another live concert DVD review, and for today's review I'm going to be talking about the new DVD from one of my favorite rock bands. I've grown up listening to this band and they really left a big impact and influence on me and on my life, especially the lead singer. But the DVD is Nirvana Live and Loud. This is the DVD release that ties in with the 20th anniversary re-release of their third album, In Utero, which in my opinion is a very underrated album. I really love the album In Utero. So many great songs are on there, and I'm really glad that it's getting the recognition that it deserves. But this DVD was recorded for MTV on December 13th of 1993, and it's probably one of the best performances on the In Utero tour. I'm not going to go into every single song that's on this DVD, but I'm going to give all my highlights and everything. I'm going to give certain highlights and things that I really enjoyed about this. First of all, I want to say that the entire band looks like they're in a great mood in this, even Kurt. And I was really glad to see Kurt in a really good mood during the show. Even after the first song, which was a radio-friendly unit shifter, he has a big smile on his face, which I'm really glad, because I actually think that, he was probably worried of playing his new stuff, thinking that people really probably wouldn't like it since it's not, not like Nevermind was. And so I'm pretty sure that he was actually really happy to know that everybody really enjoyed his new music on his new album. So they played radio-friendly unit shifters, the first song, then they do Drain You, and then Breed. And then they come back with Serve the Servants, and once again, Kurt seems like he's really having a really great time. The crowd in the show is really amazing. They're jumping around, they're bashing into each other throughout the entire show. So they're really high, there's really great crowd, especially during all the new songs. One of the major highlights of the DVD is the song when they play Rape Me, which is probably one of Kurt's favorite songs off In Utero, from what I've understood. I'm sure it's probably one of his favorite ones. Of course, at the very beginning of it, it sounds exactly like the Smells Like Teen Spirit intro. So when he started playing it, everybody, of course, they're cheering it. And then when they start playing Rape Me, I'm sort of thinking, well, I'm hoping that they're not disappointed. And they really are not, because when he actually starts playing it, the crowd actually starts singing along to Rape Me, which was a pretty big surprise. I was glad that that it was a good. The crowd really enjoyed the new stuff from In Utero, and Rape Me is actually one of my favorite songs from In Utero. Then they play Sliver and Pin Royalty, and Pin Royalty is a really amazing performance. I think during one of the songs, something happens in the crowd and Kurt just stops and sort of laughs a bit at it, and I was really glad to see Kurt. He really seemed like he was in a really great mood. No matter what people said about Kurt in 1993, I really think that he was actually happy during that point. I really don't think he was really that depressed in that time period, because he had so much to live for, In Utero was well received. He just, gave birth to his daughter, Frances, and, him and Courtney were doing alright, I guess, at that point, It wouldn't be until later on in '94 when he decided to finally divorce her. But the next song is Sinless Apprentice, and this is probably one of the major highlights on this DVD. The crowd is amazing throughout the entire song, and the band are just jumping around continuously. Kurt and Chris are just amazing in this entire show, in this entire song, and this is when the band really comes alive, isn't that song? Next one is probably my favorite song off In Utero, All Apologies, which also features Lori Goldstein on the cello. They bring her out, who you guys might remember from the Unplugged in New York DVD. She's in that one, on that show as well. And the band also has their second guitarist, Pat Schmier, who's also playing in the show. And then they perform Heart Shaped Box. Then they go back to Blue, and then they perform a David Bowie song, The Man Who Sold the World, which is an amazing performance. And right before they play that show, somebody in the audience yells, "MTV sucks!" And Kurt does something really funny. He gets this really dopey grin on his face and is like, "Then why are you here?" It's just stuff like that Kurt does. You just have to love Kurt. He's probably one of my favorite frontmen in rock, or he was, and he's been a really big influence, because I relate a lot to Kurt. You know, back when I was in high school, I felt very lonely. I felt very different from everyone else, and so I can really relate a lot to what Kurt felt and what he was going through. The next song they play, then the next 4 songs are some older ones. They play School, which is one of my favorites from their first album, Bleach. Come As You Are, which is my favorite Nirvana song ever. Lithium, and then About a Girl, and the crowd is amazing in that show as well. And the last song they play, Endless Nameless, is a really great performance. The band starts off with Chris banging his bass down on the ground, and it's kind of like a mini jam that they're doing, and they're playing just random stuff at the opening, and then they launch right into the song. And Chris's vocals on that song are just so angry and kind of depressed sounding. It's just really a really great performance. I really like the jam at it. And then of course the band, they have to destroy their set. One thing that's cool is that they have these 2 big plastic statues of you know, the woman on the front of the angel-like woman on the front of In Utero, and Kurt takes his guitar and knocks one of their heads off, and then he walks over to one camera and spits right into it, and that's just a really great ending to a really amazing show. So that's pretty much the entire Live and Loud show. Now, another thing that's great about this DVD is it also has tons of extras that have never been previously released on DVD. They include 4 songs from the Live and Loud rehearsal, which I have not watched yet, but I'm sure they're really well. Then there's also some live performances of them in Paris, France in 1994, a performance of Serve the Servants in Italy in 1994, and the Heart-Shaped Box music video, which has both the original and the director's cut, which I thought was really good. I'm glad that they included both the original and the director's cut. Even though you can see them both on YouTube, I'm still glad they included both of these on the DVD. Excuse me. Now the last 3 songs on the DVD are probably the most emotional, because the last 3 songs are from the band's final performance on March 1st in 1994 in Germany. And the songs are Radio Friendly, Unit Shifter, My Best Friend's Girl, and Drain You. And one thing about the performance is that they look like that they're from a TV appearance of the band in Germany, of them performing the songs, because during it there's actually interviews of different Nirvana fans, and they're speaking in German, so you really don't understand what they're saying. But the performances look very well on that show, and you know, it seems like that even up to the very end, the band played as best as they could. I kind of wish that they would have included footage from the last show, the last song that they did on their last show, which was a Heart-Shaped Box. But I'm not really sure if there's actually official footage of it. I know there's footage of it on YouTube. But you know, if you want to see it, just type in, you know, Nirvana's last song at the last show. But yeah, all in all, this is a great DVD. The performance in it is amazing. The band seems like they're in really great form, and it's just a good release all around. I'm going to go ahead and show off the case of it. First, here's the DVD, and it comes with this little slip right here, which is 2 little pictures of them. Hope you can see that in the back. I kind of wish this DVD came with a booklet, because the Live at Reading DVD and the Live at the Paramount DVD come with booklets. And then on the back, as you can see, there's different pics from the entire show. One thing that's kind of funny about this DVD is the way that it's the case of it. It kind of reminds me of a Blu-ray case, and when I first saw it, I thought it was Blu-ray. Which, by the way, if anybody's wondering, this show is not available on Blu-ray. The way that it was filmed, somehow, or the way that the sound is, there can't be an official Blu-ray release. So DVD is the only way to go. But other than that, this is I'm fine with anything. If this was released just on CD, I would be fine with it. But like I said, this is an amazing performance, an amazing DVD. I'm so glad to finally be able to see this entire thing in full. I'm glad that they've also included footage of the band's live show, which I kind of hope that sometime in the future they would release the entire live show like in CD form, because I know that I don't think that there's full video of the show, but I know that there's live audio of the show. So I think it'd be really amazing for them to release Nirvana's final show on CD. But anyway, guys, that is my review for Nirvana, the Live and Loud DVD. If you're a Nirvana fan, I highly recommend picking this one up. It is really an amazing show. I really love it because it focuses a lot on, they play a lot of songs from In Utero, so if you're a fan of that album, then this is one to check out. And I was really glad too, because a lot of the other Nirvana DVDs have always focused on Bleach and Nevermind, and so I'm glad that they play a lot of stuff from In Utero. So yeah, if you're a fan of Nirvana, I highly recommend picking up Live and Loud. It's one of my new favorite DVDs in my collection, and I cannot recommend it enough. But that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'm pretty sure I will be doing more reviews of more Nirvana DVDs that I have in my collection, because as you guys can see, I'm a huge Nirvana fan. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like what you see. And yeah, let me know what you guys think if you guys have this DVD, and let me know what you guys think of the 20th anniversary re-release of In Utero. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.